All right, so last time we did upper body exercises. We got 4 sets of exercises I do, or routines. Upper body A, upper body B. Last week we did, last episode, we did upper body B. So now we want to go to the lower body, and we're going to continue with the B thing because I did the A before. So those are the exercises for the lower body. B, calf raises, hanging ab raises, lunges, weight walks, step-ups, planks, in-outs, RDLs, and quad lifts. So we'll go through that. Again, I do it, you do it either as a circuit, so you do each exercise and then you go to the next one and the next one. Take a little break in between, then take maybe a 2-minute break at the end of that routine, and then do the whole thing all over again. If you want more intense workouts, you can do it as a superset, which is to say you don't do it to failure. You do your exercises, say you can do 10 of them to failure. You're going to do maybe 7 of them. So you do 7 of them, and then you wait about 30 seconds or something, and then you do 7 more, and then you wait a little bit, and then you do 7 more, and 7 more, for instance. Generally speaking, on the supersets, I just do 3 of them. So I try to adjust the weight to where I can finish off. If I'm doing 8 of them, I should be able to do 8 for each one of the reps. That would be a superset. Otherwise, I go to failure. So some of these, like on the lower body, the calf raise, I mean, I could probably do 50 of them. So I don't do that to failure. I just do that several times. And lunges also, you just pick a weight that you can do, and same thing like with a weight walk, but so we'll get into it. So this is the calf raise. I use the wooden box that I've made, and I sort of balance myself with my hands in the doorway. This particular one I'm doing unweighted. If you can do it with a weight, that's good. Although I just discovered that doing it with a weight like this, it's hard to keep your balance. Then I take notes. Then we go to the new machine I got from the neighbor that was moving up the road. These hanging ab raises. In order to engage the ab muscles, you have to kind of lift your butt off of that pad on your back there. And as you see here, instead of just coming straight up, you can come out to the sides. And that exercises a different muscle, which the name of which I can't think of right now, but the stomach muscles on your side. The farther out you put your legs, the more weight you're lifting. Lunges don't seem too bad until you've done several of them, and then you're going, oh wow, these things really burn. Especially depending on what kind of weight you use. You know, you want to use enough weight that it does sort of tire you out. But you don't want to hurt your knees either. Just for the record, when I do this whole exercise program, I'm almost always listening to music. But YouTube doesn't like me putting music in the background of my videos if I don't own the rights to the music. Therefore, I shall not do that. It's another type of leg exercise. Weight walk is good for posture. It's good for core. Obviously your legs and your hips. Some guy was saying that you should weight walk with your weight. So I'm 160 pounds, so he suggests that you, at some point, you should be able to walk with 80 pounds in each hand. I don't have an 80-pound dumbbell, and I think that would be a little excessive anyway, especially when you get older. Okay, let's not take any risks here, people. So the weight walk, you know, it's pretty simple. You should do it all the time when you're bored. Step ups, again, I use the boxes that I created. I can do 2 boxes, 3 or 4. In this case, 3. A lot of times I'll step up a little bit further with the 4th box. It's a little more challenging, but again, this is lower body, so I'm working the legs on almost every one of these exercises to some extent, and the ab muscles and the hip. Oh, these are lovely. The planks. It's an isometric exercise where you just sort of stay still and you make your body very stiff. This is a side plank. A lot of people think of planks, they only think of the front plank, which we'll get to in a second. I like to do a plank for about 1 minute. Too much more than that doesn't really do you any good, I don't think. You saw me bounce up and down a little bit. You stiffen your body, tighten your muscles all the way from your calves through your glutes up to your back. For a few times you do this, it took me on the side plank, it was the most difficult. But now I can do a minute without too much trouble. Actually, my shoulder was the thing that hurt the most before I could finish off a minute. So this would be the right side plank. And then this is one of my favorites. I call it the reverse plank because it's not a forward plank. And basically you just raise your butt up off the ground and you'll feel all of the tension in your glutes. So this is a great glute exercise if you want a bigger butt. So I do it with my legs parallel, and then I switch up a little bit and I'll bring my feet together and bring my knees out, and that really emphasizes the glute muscles. Doesn't look like much, but you will definitely be feeling it. Like I say, I would be listening to music right now because other than that, it seems kind of boring to do these isometric exercises. Now I am going to do the other side plank for approximately a minute. I don't know if I did a whole minute for this video, but of course this is just round 1 of the exercises. So when I get to the end of all 6 or whatever it is of these exercises, I take a break and then turn right back around and do them all again. And I didn't really mention it the last time, but when you're done with all of these exercises, you really should do stretching. I'm a little lax on the stretching thing. I really should do it, especially as you get older. And then the other thing I do is I drink whey protein supplement after these things. And you can get it in chocolate flavor, and I mix it with milk and it tastes really good. Okay, this is a forward plank. You know, this, I was telling people, for some reason, the way my body is, or the exercises I do, or the sports, or whatever, forward plank is no big deal. I could do it for 5 minutes easily. So what you do to increase the intensity is you pull your elbows toward your toes, and you pull your toes toward your elbows. And you'll see me kind of squeeze in there a little bit, and it's basically an ab exercise at that point. And I take notes. I write down every time I do an exercise, so if I'm doing 3 of them or 6 of them or something, I'll know where I am in the order and how many I've done. These things are called in-outs. You think it's an ab exercise, but really it's a hip flexor, quad exercise, I think, more so than abs. Abs work in there a little bit. First time my physical trainer asked me to do this, he says, well, do 20 of them. And I got to about 12, and I said, I can't really do any more than this. So he says, well, just do whatever you can. Ah, yes, the Romanian deadlift. It's really a simplified version of the regular deadlift, but you don't have to release the weight at the bottom. And generally I use less weight on the Romanian deadlift than I do on the regular deadlift. This is a quad exercise. Can't really tell looking, but the quad muscle, you'll feel it when you lean back. And it's kind of surprising how far back you can actually lean and still get up. My hands are on the rings. Well, here I take them off just to show you that I'm not really using the rings to lift my weight back up. The weight is controlled by the hamstrings, the front, your thigh muscle. And it gets a good workout. It stretches. It's sort of one of those that hurts and feels good at the same time. This is part of my yoga exercise also, which I will get to at my very last video. I'll talk about that. Or my t-shirt collection, more of my t-shirt collection. Back into the table tennis room. Writing down which exercise I just completed. I just kind of created a little dot there. So when you saw the notepad, you see all these dots that I have there. It's kind of cool to go back and look at how many times you've done these exercises. And of course, leg stretching, since that's primarily what I was doing, was leg exercises. And, whatever you're capable of doing. So that's really about it for this exercise program. I will do upper body A next time, and let you know how that is done. So I won't really be showing you the warm-up or the stretching in the future. Just realize that you have to warm up and you have to stretch. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'll check you out next time. Thanks for watching.